Live now. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Tuesday News Update. I don't know, with this new format, it gets confusing. Deal with it. Welcome again. It is a lovely, rainy Tuesday today. Temperature expected to not hit above 50 degrees with a low of 31 degrees today in Elkton. Thank you. As we now have a weather forecast added into this because I feel like turning it into a news broadcast and going for stuff like that. So anyway, today we've got a bunch of stuff to go over. It is the first Tuesday of the month, which means that we have our beer of the month to introduce, our bourbon whiskey of the month to introduce, and our cocktail of the month to introduce, as well as talk about all of the upcoming goings on in Elk River Brewing Company that we will have. This is, I can talk about that next week.
Oh, yeah.
Or this week, whatever. I'll talk about it both. Whatever happens. So first, let's go over all of the events and everything coming up. So as all of you know, we have live music, as you can see on the ticker tape on the bottom of your screen right now, every weekend. And this weekend is no different. On Friday, we have Brendan and Sean Sheehan playing again Friday at 7 o'clock. And Saturday, we have the Robert Gerke Band. They'll be playing Saturday again at 7. That will be hopefully outside. If it has to be inside, we'll see what happens. I think it's outside. Did we change that yet? It's inside. I live downstairs. So I don't pay attention to shit that happens up here. It'll be happening inside. So we'll set up in the corner and everything will be great. Yay. Also this week, we have our music video bingo with Jeremy and Gracie Brown. As you can see, the dog is obviously the better looking of the pair and has more hair. So, we go with that. Very, very friendly. And then, so those are kind of the upcomings for this week. Next week, down at Showcase on Main, which Lee does not have a slide for because we didn't think about it until just now when we looked at the other side of the thing, is the Mind Noodler. It is a magic show happening on November 12th and 13th at 8 o'clock both days. Tickets are $30. You can pre-buy on Showcase on Main's website. Yes, Facebook page. It counts as a website these days. And like I said, they're $30, and you can buy at the door if we are not sold out. I believe tickets are selling very well, so try to get on board on that. Should be an exciting show of magical prowess. And comedy. You come here for that. And for everyone's random fact today, dimes have 118 of those little ridges. Quarters have 119. So there you go. Now getting to the alcohol, which is why I guess everyone is tuning in, for those of you that are currently watching live and those of you who will be joining us later on, since I know a bunch of you do watch us later on in the day because, work is happening at 2:30 and not everyone can see it. So let's start off with, let's see. He doesn't have slides for him. I was going to see if I could trick him and go from there. Someone wasn't prepared. The cocktail of the month. So this month we have what we are calling the Georgia Cosmo. Lovely, almost cranberry color, which is great for this month. So it's almost a... It's a great color for this month. Kind of like a cranberry for Thanksgiving. It is done with Wheatley vodka, peach schnapps, cranberry juice, and topped with soda water, shaken, and then served over ice in a rocks glass. It is very tasty. It's not super sweet. That club soda cuts down a little bit on that, but it's a very well-balanced, tasty cocktail, which I'm sure plenty of people will love. Moving on to our beer of the month. This one is a new one for us. It is a Cranberry Orange Hazy IPA. It is 7.4%, 88 IBU. It has a really nice, clean orange note in the front of it, and then it mellows out into a slightly tart cranberry note on the end, but it is nice and hazy, full of the other citrus and stuff that you'd expect for it. Quite a tasty beer. So we've got a couple kegs of that, so make sure, especially if you're a mug club, make sure you come in and get a try of it. You should have it on the official keg tapping for that is Friday, but I think we might have it available before that. That's the wrong eye. There you go. The flipped camera confuses me every time. And then finally, we are starting a new month, which means we have a new bourbon family line of bourbons to feature. This month, we are featuring the Dickel brand. So that is the George Dickel brand. I believe they're also out of Tennessee. Probably wrong. Tennessee, look at that. I can't read it. Put the bottle in the way. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Everyone comes in to see my face, not yours. You weird homeless Gandalf.
Thou shalt not drink.
Somebody's going to say that to you one day, and you're going to have a real hard time with that.
That's fair.
But this one, so the one we're featuring today is the number 8 sour mash, the classic recipe on that. A little history on the George Dickel distillery. George Dickel himself was a German immigrant who came over in 1844 and started different retail chains and selling alcohol and whatnot. From the 50s to 1850s through the 60s, he did open up sole locations of liquor stores. In 1886, I'm going to go through a whole chronological list here. There was an accident. He pulled back some, left a lot of it to his accountant person, Schwab, I think the name was, who purchased a bunch of different distilleries, like purchased a lot of shares in distilleries, which then created this. They were producing for a while. Prohibition happened. They closed their doors, shut down. They were purchased by Shenley, I believe that's how it's pronounced, after Prohibition ended. They did not write down any of the original recipes, so he tracked down any of the existing distillers and workers that were still around from when that was open, re-engineered the recipes, and then have been in business ever since. So this one is the number 8 sour mash. This one is a very good. It is a little bit of a lighter flavor, meaning it isn't as strong of a proof as some of the other ones we have. It is an 80 proof whiskey. The mash bill on this is 84% corn, 8% rye, and 8% malted barley with a number 4 charred barrel. So that is one of the longer char periods. So you should get a little bit more of everyone's favorite flavors coming off of that, which I won't say because you all know it by now, and someone will make fun of me. But still, on the nose of this one, you will get corn, oak, leather, and maybe a touch of mint. Lee didn't smell it. He just went right for it into his face hole and just drank it down. The taste on this one, it's a little bit, like I said, it's a little bit lighter in body and taste, but you do get a little bit of a sweetness to it. You do get oak and pepper, so you should have that kind of flow through it. And then the finish is slightly spicy with that little bit of that vanilla taste to it, and it is a medium to long finish. So it should stick with you for a little bit, but not long enough that you won't be able to enjoy something else in a minute's time, let's say, give or take. But that's not only the whiskey of the day, but that's the whiskey of the month. So you get the $2 off of it today, and then every other day this month you do get a 10% off additional for it for just being the bourbon of the month, and that's an all month long thing. That's about all we have for today. What? You didn't tell me to talk about that. No, you didn't. It was not in my notes. Do you see my look? I have plenty. I have notes, and it's not written down on any of my notes. We're gonna start. But Elkton is doing their Cash for Christmas event, so that is from yesterday through December 24th. So pretty much most of the merchants and stuff in Elkton are participating in that. You get 1 entry per receipt. You will be asked to fill out a little form on that. We send it in after a certain time, and then you're entered in to win a bunch of prizes. I believe the top prize, as it shows on the screen, is $500 cash. Then it's $250, $150, and then a lot of times the brewery, possibly Central, and some other stuff will do gift baskets or like a dinner or something like that along the way. So those are other prizes you can win as well. So unless there's any other surprise things that you didn't tell me to talk about, we talked about that. Mind Noodler. Yep. Come see that. All right, everybody. You guys have a great rest of the day. Hope to see you guys out soon. Come in and try this bourbon, try this beer, try this cocktail. All super good. Salud.